go home in this final championship match between Ikeba and Trevor. Let's get right into the action. So this game starting off here, looks like Ikeba draws and is going to be going first. Trevor took game one pretty handily with a 7-2 victory. Ikeba responded in game two, forcing a critical game three. And we get Trevor starting off here, discards a Devout, plays a 1-drop backup. Discards the Viking, gets a Geomancer out there for a 3-drop 6k. Now going into this match, I really wanted to put the pressure on Ikeba, get him on his heels, get a lot of forwards out there quick, just strike fast. I kind of wanted to push the pace because I knew if the game goes on a while, he could get those cards out there and load his forwards out with a lot of Type 0 cadet forwards. So I really wanted to push the pace and bring the battle to him. Looks like Ikeba there gets a Rem out backup and a Scythe forward. Flash in my hand here, I say I got a Pain and a Leviathan. Discard Shuin, tap the backup, get a Pain out for another 3-drop 7k. Send the Geomancer because it will not be blocked by a Scythe. And I get my first hit, take a 1-0 lead. Goes the Rem, discards that Moogle, plays another Moogle. So that Moogle is a pretty good backup. I have nothing in my deck that will be able to eliminate that backup, so that will be in play for the rest of the game. That Moogle ends up giving all Type 0 forwards plus 1000 power. So it's just something I have to consider when punching through. Back over to me. Leviathan. Yes, I Leviathan at Scythe to get that card out there, and I sent 2 attackers again. Like I said, I really wanted to push the pace, get as much damage on early in this game as possible. Here I got the 3-0 lead, no EX burst. I know if he gets another forward out there to this hand, unless it has haste, which the only thing in this deck that has haste is a Chocobo, he won't be able to hit me. And next turn I'll be able to have 2 blockers back. So that's why I'm going for 2 attacks early, leaving no blockers. So he puts that Scythe back up that I returned to his hand with that Leviathan. Also gets a 7, I think. Now one thing I'm going to want to start doing coming up these next few turns is getting a few more backups in play, just so I always have a stable supply of CP. Again, tap that Devout, or discard the Devout, tap, play Shuin, then I get that Titus down, 6-drop, 9k, but because Pain's out there, he only costs 5. It's a nice strong forward to get out there early in the game. I can send Pain because I know she will get through either of his blockers. So he blocks a Scythe, she dies. I probably should have sent the Geomancer too at that time. Could have got a 4-0 lead or just wiped all his forwards completely. Looks like he's checking his discard pile. He might be playing a... He's got one backup that... There's a lightning backup that lets him search his discard pile and grab any Type 0 forward. So he gets that Chocobo out. 3-drop 4k. Probably just use it to block. Does have haste. I don't think he goes for an attack this turn. Flash my hand there. I got 3 cards in hand. Valfor, Waka, and I think Evoker backup. See, not having these backups is kind of hurt me right now because I'm gonna. The Valfor and the Waka are 2 pretty powerful cards in my deck. The Valfor can deal damage across the board. Get the Waka out there. 4-drop 8k. Ideally, I would have liked to keep that Valfor in my hand and go for a big attack all at once. Send those 3 forwards and wipe his 2 forwards and 1 goes through. Take a 4-0 lead. This is looking pretty good right now. One thing to note though is I currently have 0 cards in my hand, so Ikuba does have the card advantage moving forward from this point. He gets an ace down, and when ace comes into play, he can bring any other type 0 cadet forward in, and so he brings a 9 with him. Now remember, he does have that Moogle backup, so that ace is at 8k and that 9 is a 9k forward. So 2 pretty powerful blockers if need be. Back to me, I tap that Evoker and play a Sylph, which gives a plus 1000 attack to all forwards. Declare attack with all 4, trying to wipe the board here. So the first thing I do is I send my Titus, 10k, he gets through anything. Take the 5-0 lead. Looking at this now, what I should have done here, instead of sending them all individually, I think I should have partied up Geomancer and Waka. So it sends Waka, goes through, take a 6-0 lead. But now Pain and Geomancer will die to whatever he has. And I also made a critical error here where when Waka declares attack, I can give any other forward besides Waka plus 1000 power for every active forward I control. So I could have given that Pain or that Geomancer plus 4000 attack plus the 1000 from Sylph. They could have been about 11k and they would have taken out either that 9 or ace. So I ended up losing a 4 there that I really didn't need to lose. It would have been game, but I lost 2 4s just because I wasn't paying attention to, some of my abilities. Especially in a championship match like this, you can't lose focus. You gotta capitalize on those plays. So Ikuba, I got no blockers. Ikuba sends his ace through, and I take my first hit, 6-1. Again, I am running low on cards. All I'm getting these hands is the 2 cards I draw. And with only 1 backup, a win backup, I'm really low on CP per turn. Get that Pain, but again, I use every card in my hand. So I send my Titus with a 11k. Fuck, I should have done a party attack there with Titus and Waka. I would have punched through one thing, or he actually won't take the hit, but I would have punched through any forward, and I wouldn't have lost either of them. Stupid move. That's one thing moving forward in this game, I'm learning is party attacks can be quite powerful if used correctly to punch through these stronger forwards. Back when I was playing on Octagon, just first starting party attacks, I was like, what's the point? But playtesting more with this deck, I realized that they can be quite useful. So Ikuba drops that 3-drop backup, which lets him search his deck for any type 0 card from his deck. So I think he's probably going to be looking to pull that 9 for that Primal Roar ability, which if you watch part 2, that's how Ikuba ended up taking the victory there. When he goes Primal Roar, he can attack with all his forwards, but it makes all my potentially possible active blockers unable to block that turn. So he could just go through and hit for some quick damage there all in one turn. Ideally, if he gets 3 or 4 block attackers out there, and he's got a few damage on me, he could win in one turn. It passes back over to me. That 1-drop Archer again. I'm in trouble here just due to the fact that I don't have a big supply of CP. With only one backup, it's hard to play some cards. Now that 1-drop 3k Archer does come with first strike, so if I do declare a party attack, that could be one advantage. Right now I'm just debating if I should send Titus or leave him for a blocker. If I send him, he will kill anything, but if he sacrifices that ace, he will get a card back from his discard pile. So looks like I was gonna go for the attack there, but I flip him back up. Again, the 6-1 here lead is in my favor. I can play a little bit more aggressive just due to having some damage to give. So I was about to send Titus, but I draw it back because he does have an ability on his bench. Okay, so I send Titus. He kills my Titus due to that Rem doing... It has an ability that does 2k damage if you dull it with a 1-win CP. So he does that, and then with the 2k damage, Ace then trades with my Titan. So here I do have a 2-card, 2-1 forward lead on him. With a party attack, I can punch through that. But he will probably drop something here. He's got a good supply of CP with those backups, 3. Drops the Scythe down. Right now I'm kind of hoping to pull a Leviathan. Just to send one of those cards back, send the other one kill, and I will have I'll then have the half a turn lead in terms of attacking. But again, I hear over the game commentary, I just said to Ikaba, I'm screwing myself with no backups. I think here he used that same dull and damage ability on my Archer, so... Oh no, he used Diablos on it. Okay. Diablos does 3k plus 1k for each type 0 character he controls. So I think that ended up being like a 6k attack. Otherwise I think he would have went for pain. So I think here he probably will declare an attack with 9 and I will take a hit. Oh, it's back to me. Okay, so I drop a land, tap it, and play a 3-drop 6k ninja. And I pass it back to Ethan. The real thing that's screwing me here is just card advantage. I know I will be able to survive for a while just getting forwards out there just to block, but I'm not sure I'm ever going to be able to get the field advantage at this point because he's getting that 9 out there. It's going to be hard to punch through unless I do a party attack or a Titus. Yeah, so there I Leviathan at 9, and I think Okay, yeah, so I clear the board here, trading a Ninja with his Dragoon or his Scythe or whatever that was, and then my Pain takes the other one. So the board is in my favor in terms of the forwards here. Yeah, right there he discards 2 cards, taps 2 backups, and gets another ace and 9 out there. That will want to just Leviathan. So strong forwards. You get 2 of them for 6 CP. I get my second backup here. Taps 3, plays at 8. Reactivates. I'm not quite sure what he's doing, so he hasn't been showing his hand. Neither have I, but I know my deck obviously better than his. See, I had that lead coming back last turn. I had Pain out on the field. He had nothing, but ace and 9 are making this difficult. I have one more potential card that could return something to his hand if I get it. So I get some backups down. They are all wins, so I might have trouble playing some water forwards coming up. Two CP, drop those 2 cards. Again, I have 0 cards in my hand. Drop the Riku. She has 8k power due to that Pain out there. See, playing it aggressively early in the match. I was playing a lot of cards, discarding a lot of stuff just to get those strong forwards out there early. It benefits me if it's a quick match and getting damage on, but as the match goes on longer and longer, not having cards in your hand and not having backups is hurting me. Plays the Queen out there for a 2-drop, which lets him dull any forward. He dulls the Riku. Stability's 8, which lets him basically get 1 free hit of damage reduced to 0. So he sends it through. 6-2 lead, still in my favor. Right now, what I'm trying to do is just build up a supply of forwards and then go for one big attack. I have some damage to give, so I'm not worried. I do have in the back of my mind at this point that he can Primal Roar with 9 and send everyone through for 4 hits, but that would still just tie the game at 6 apiece, so. I don't think I can kill anything this turn. I could trade, but because I obviously won't let anything through. So I gotta wipe the board in order to get this last damage on him. Right now, I hear myself. I'm just thinking what. Okay, so I decided to pass back over. He plays a 5th backup, so he's got a full field back there, 2 lightnings and 3 wind CPs. Nice supply of CP throughout the game. He passes back over, no attacks. Alright, so at this point I think I have something strong in my hand, and I'm just draw cards and pass, just because I want to save the CP for one big turn. I think I'm probably going to try to drop a Titus, a Waka, maybe a Yuna. But the thing is that I might need water CP. Those are water forwards I want to play, and I have no water backups to get just that 1 CP to get them out. So back over to Ikuba. He's just adjusting the screen here, pushing all those backups forward. Untaps him. At this point, I know he does probably have a 9 in his hand from searching, so he's setting it up for a Primal Roar. He uses a Diablos, kills my Riku, because he's got a lot of forwards, plus 3,000, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think it does 10. Fuck, that Diablos did like 11k damage. Take 1 hit, it hits a Titus, which I needed next turn. Four CP, get another Riku out. Discard a Pain. Wait, pull it back. Okay, so his 8 still has the S ability out where he gets a free, basically he gets a free block that will do 0 damage. And I call him out here, ask him what it entails, like what the ability. Because I think what I'm going to try to do here, I won't get too far ahead of myself, let's wait and see. So get 4 CP there. Play a shoe in. Okay. It lets me send a forward of 3 or less back to his hand. And it could only That's for damage. So you return it to his hand. I finally get that water back up. It costs a lot, but I send it back. So I'm starting to get those backups out there finally. He does have a card lead in forwards. They're strong, but again, even if he uses that Primal Roar, I still have damage to give, so I'm not panicking just quite yet. And if he does do that, he'll have no blockers, and I win. So he can't send that right away. As long as I keep him to less than 4 forwards, I should be in good shape. So discards the Black Mage there. Taps another. Looks like he might pull it back. Little argument there. He tried to pull it back, even though I've been doing it all game. I fucking called him out and said it's not fair. I told him once the hand leaves the card, it is a done play. Even though I've seen me 3 or 4 times do the same thing, but that's what you gotta do when you want to win. All rules go out the window in the championship match. So he gets another 8 down. Passes back over to me. I'm a little worried about the 4 forwards right now. I have to take one out this turn. Tap Ally, get an Archer out, 1 drop 3k. Again, I'm just not drawing the cards I want. I think right now I could send a party attack with the Riku and Pain. Yeah, she's got AK. Riku got AK, Pain's got 7k. Okay, they punch through his ace, but he searches his discard pile. Yeah, like I said, as long as I keep his forwards to under 4, I can take another hit without sacrificing the match. So I wonder what he's searching for here. Because he can't take another ace back. I now have taken 2 of his aces to the graveyard, and the last one is in his damage zone. So there's no more aces left to be played this game. So he uses that ability on 8 again, which I think he just grabbed when I broke that ace. Discards a queen, plays a dragoon. So he's got 4 forwards there. Oh, and I think he's gonna pass it and not declare any attacks. Attacks with a queen. And I think I let it through for a hit. 6-4 lead, still in my favor. I draw there, looks like I drew another Yuna. This is a full board, which is potentially very dangerous for me now that I have 4 hits. He could rush through with even just 3 forwards and take a win. So ideally, going into the next round, I want to take out 2 forwards from him. Okay, I get a Waka out there and okay, so I discard the Riku for 2 CP, tap all my backups for 4 CP, get a 4-drop 8k Waka out there, Vel for 3k, or does 3k damage to everybody. I send Riku and that summon does the damage to 8, so his ability was gone. Send Riku and Pain party attack, which to take out the 8. But right here, I think he may deliver. Discard the Cyclops there. Discards another 2. He plays the fucking Primal Roar. Sends all 3. So right here, I need to pull a Shuin or a Leviathan or I lose. 1, 2, 3 hits, and Ikuba comes back from the brink of death with a 7-6 championship victory to take the series 2 games to 1.